Look at mul left cancel. Let's start by looking at what is our initial state. So if we look at our goal, it's b equals c, and we see that we also have a hypothesis a times b equals to a times c. We need to find a way to make one of these two patterns appear in our goal so that we can actually rewrite one pattern into the other and try to get both sides of the equal sign here to be the same. How we'll do that will be by using one of the axioms listed in here. And so if we start by looking at them, let's see which ones we can pattern match here. So if we look at Mullisock, we see that right now we can't really apply this because we don't have this pattern showing up in the goal. If we look at one mul, we see that we do have a here. A can be parameterized, so it could be b, for example, will equal to 1 times b, which is definitely something we could do. And if we look at mul left inverse, right now 1 doesn't show up, nor does inverse of a times a show up, so we can't use mul left inverse right now. That leaves us with applying one mul in the left direction, and we can apply that using argument b. So we have our 1 times b that just showed up in the goal. We can do the same for argument c. Now we have 1 times b equals 1 times c. Now what we'd like to do is to make an a appear in here. So if we look back at mul left inverse, we see that starting from the 1, we can make a inverse times a appear. And so again, we'll do a rewrite in the left direction. This time it will be with mul left inverse and with argument a. And what we see now, we see that a times b appeared and a times c as well. Both of these show up. So we can soon rewrite our hypothesis. However, right now our first multiplication to be applied is a inverse times a, but we'd like to rewrite a times b, so we need to move that the focus to a times b, and in order to do that we can use Mullisock. So now we see that our multiplication is applied to a times b first, and we can finally do our rewrite of our hypothesis. There you go. Now we have a times c on both sides of the equations. So basically they are almost the same now. The only thing we need to do is to get back to the same order of operations on the left side. And there you go. All our goals are accomplished.